astonishing. I don't know if this works as a, yeah, this also works as a horizontal as well. In fact, the horizontal is really, really, really nice. Now the sun's getting lower and lower and it's starting to make the sky quite orange, which means it's reflecting nicely. Hold it in the air, brace it against my body, keep it as still as I can and hold my breath. Hello, hello, and welcome to a random one. Look at this, I'm in a seaweed drying hut. How mad is that? I thought I'd just pop in and have a little look and see what's in there. But the reason I'm here and the reason I'm doing this is because we've got a promising looking sunset and I want to be down on the beach with the leading lines of the rocks to give me some sort of a guide into this amazing looking light ray sunset that we've got going on. The problem is I've got to get down to the beach first, and that I know is no mean feat because I've been down here once this morning or this afternoon and I've come the wrong way, so I've got to make my way around and get myself in a position to shoot that sunset that's going on over there. So bear with me while I get down onto these rocks. Right, so I'm down on the beach, actually down on ground level. I managed to take a shortcut. I ummed and ahed and thought, do you know what? I haven't got time to mess around, let's just go for it. And I went for it. So now what I've got to do now is find myself some lines in these streaks going out. And it's pretty spectacular, but the tide is coming in and I don't want to get cut off. And it's a beach I don't know, and I don't know which part of the tide comes in higher than the other parts. So I just want to find some colour and lines, which I've got directly in front of me, keeping it simple for the first shot and for the first exposure of this sunset. And look at that. This nice patch going out that way. So let's set up for this. And I think if I just come across between the two, I've got two lines going out. So if I zoom in on that little section there, I think that's going to make a cracking little shot to start with. So I'm going to try and do this without getting my bag in the sand, because as much as I don't mind, because I've got a cover on it, I don't particularly want all the sand in the actual van itself. Because it's just an absolute bitch to keep clean. And that's going to be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sunset. So yeah, let's get a few shots. And maybe I do need to get my filters out as well and do a long exposure, but sometimes I just don't know whether long exposures really work. But I've got some nice colour going on and some rocks down there in the foreground. And I can keep the tripod up relatively high as well because I want to look over the top, but I do want the colour in the water. So yeah, I'm working on real time at the moment for this. So let's have a look. Off on the capture clip. On with the camera. Okay, atoll makes it easy to spin it round from vertical to horizontal. Camera on. Let's get me pan, me zoom. Let's zoom her in. Nice, 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 nice. F8, horizon below the center line. And I'm going to bracket just as a safety net. I'm just going to move it over a little bit. Again, just level it off. Camera is now level with the green line in the middle, horizon lines looking good. Focus on the rocks in the foreground. Just drop it a little bit. F8, ISO 125, my lowest. I'm going to set that. Do you know what? I don't even mind it being dark, but I'm going to bracket it anyway and probably use the darker shot. 2 second timer on. First one's done. Nice. Look at that for a shot. Hopefully you can see that. You've got these lovely, lovely lines down here, this lovely reflection and all the beautiful sunset going on. Not a bad little shot to get started with, really. You've got to stay with me this one. The sun's just dropped below the clouds and I am rushing a little bit, and I've just been walking across seaweed, which I really, really do not recommend whatsoever. But I've got the camera moved up and the sun, you can see, is hitting me directly in the face. And I've got a lovely little composition set up just in front of me here. And what it's basically doing is it's giving me this nice line. And then every so often the tide comes in, as it is at the moment, causing the water to ripple a little bit. And it's just encroaching closer and closer. Just look at this in front of me here. You ready? This is real time. This is actually coming up on me now. Just down here, you can see it's just creeping in. And this is what I'm looking at, this little leading line. And I'm in a vertical orientation, so I'm shooting straight down towards that sunlight. And again, bracketing it and just hoping to capture that nice warm colours and that warm glow with this nice ripple of water coming through here. And you can see it coming again now. Look at that, just there. You can just see that ripple of water just starting to come back up this way. But this is the bit I've got to keep an eye on, because that bit there See it there, comes around and it wraps itself around this rock and it starts to creep up really close to me just there. So I'm just watching that bit of water, but this is the best bit going on. Another one set up, as you can see in front of me, probably if you can just see over on this side over there, I've got this massive big pool of water leading in and some washing waves coming up in front of me, which again is really, really nice. And this time I've got some jagged rocks sticking out in it as well, but the actual sunlight in the distance is absolutely astonishing. Yeah, this also works as a horizontal as well. In fact, the horizontal is really, really, really nice. So let's just spread this out a little bit, and I've got this really sharp rocks going on in the foreground, which I absolutely love. So I'm going to focus on them rocks in the foreground, and I'm just going to take a couple of shots while the waves are rolling in behind it, because I think with the waves rolling in, they're actually giving a different ripple of water. Just at the moment, there's one coming up now, and as that different ripple of water comes in, it catches a light in different places. Very, very nice. Very, very cool. I'm going to have to go to a single shutter, I think, and then concentrate mainly on that ripple of water. Do it manually so that I'm actually taking the shots rather than for the 2-second timer, because I'm missing that ripple as it comes through. But what a beautiful, beautiful evening. Lucky I got one like this last night as well, didn't I? Yeah, doing well. I think the sun's going to snub out though. I do think it's actually going to snub out. I think we are quite possibly looking at a bit of cloud in the distance that's just going to cut it short before it gets low. But you never know, it might hit the clouds above. Sun is going off very, very fast. I've just tried, you know, one of my high level hold the tripod up in the air grab shots. I've just tried that and I forgot to put the ISO back down, so let's just drop the ISO back down and get a better shot. The sun has definitely gone down now, but there's a nice bit of a warm sort of glow going on in the sky above where the sun's gone down, and it's catching the clouds in the different areas. I don't know if there's an actual shot in the pools of water behind you, but I'm still fixated on this because I like this flow and the tide's coming in, so it's filling the water area up. The high level one was really nice just now because it's given me such a big splash of water, but I've got to bump the ISO right up to get a fast enough shutter speed to be able to control it. But it's definitely a nice shot when you hold it up in the air because I can get above the pool of water. So let's try another one. Put it on a 10-second timer. Hold it in the air, brace it against my body, keep it as still as I can, and hold my breath. And it might just work. Trying a last-ditch attempt to get a little bit of colour, so I've moved over to the left a little bit and I've come down low, and there's a nice lot of water coming in at the moment, so I'm on a 10-second timer again because I've just done that high level one, haven't I? Now the sun's getting lower and lower and it's starting to make the sky quite orange, which means it's reflecting nicely in this pool of water. So what I'm hoping is, here comes a nice flow of water now, what I'm hoping is that I'm going to get the reflection in the bottom to match the sky, you know, the colours. It's very dark rocks around it, but I don't think that matters. I think it's quite nice having that the warmth in the whole of the image. But yeah, I've got to come down low because as you come up higher, I mean, I might be able to show you. By being up here, you've got this lovely colour up here, and this reflection down the bottom here is reflecting this section up here. Okay, so I want this colour down in the bottom. So by moving the camera down, as you can see like that, we've now got that section of colour there reflecting in this pool of water here, and the lower I come, the more it picks up that reflection. So it's all about that bit. If you just watch this bit here, as I go back up, you'll lose that colour and it'll pick up the sky above it. So as I go up, you see that down here now disappears, and all I'm getting is that. So yeah, I had to come down low, which is what I'm doing down here. You can see the camera's down low on its bottom legs, and I'm just trying to get the best I can. The other thing I'm doing here is watching this pool of water. It's just full up again now, so I've got this lovely orange glow. So I'm watching this pool of water there, And as this tide rolls in and comes along, it just fills this area in front of me, and it's even coming right up down here now below us, and it's just starting to fill up this bit here. So I'm getting a big spread of water right in front of us. And you can probably just about see on the back of the camera this large spread of water I've got in the bottom, reflecting that orange sky. It's quite pretty. It's not the best composition, I'm not going to lie, it's definitely not the best. It hasn't got all the perfect lines going on, but it's definitely a nice patch of water that's doing the reflection. Right, so we're going to make a small retreat because the tide's coming in, and I've got myself in a place where I can't get out. You know what I said about always finding an escape route? Yeah, so I don't want to go across the rocks behind me there, so I've got to go across the rocks in front of me here. I put my camera back on my capture clip and I'm now balancing on the rocks down below. Not ideal when the tide's coming in.
But what I was trying to do, you see, you could actually see the glare
On the water.
on the water,
yeah.
And it was obviously I never kind of.
She's done a shot from the van. Done a shot from the van on her phone.
While I was in my.
While you were doing your dishes.
Yeah.
While she was doing the dishes.
Not very often I'm doing the dishes. Sometimes.
No, I have to do the dishes normally. Right, the sun's gone in. We're going to make our way back up onto the road. Trip over the rock first. We're going to make our way back up onto the road and back up to the van. Not sure if there's one more shot just of this reflection here. I don't know whether there's actually something there with this reflection of this sky and these rocks. I actually quite like this, so let's just take this just to give me a handheld shot of this reflection. 2 second time, I'll hold my breath. Maybe just one more with a bit more reflection. So that's an ISO 800 shot. I'll put it up on the screen, see if it's worth taking. So after nearly falling over and tripping, we're just making our way back up onto the road and back up to the car, or to the van. But yeah, that was a nice gentle one, wasn't it? It was a nice evening. Look at these lines in the rocks here. There's lots and lots of lines over my shoulder about there, all leading out the beach. So this is a really good beach, and I'll put the name and the what 3 words up for you so you can see where it is. Oh, I can see where those people were shooting as well now. They had a nice reflection as well. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, give us that thumbs up as usual, and I can see a lighthouse in the distance. Oh yeah. Right, gotta go. Ciao for now. See you soon, guys. Ta-da.